I'm going to do my presentation from behind the screen. This isn't because I'm scared of presenting in front of you all, although secretly I am a bit. It's because I'm going to be telling not only my story, but the stories of all the women in my area and who have taken part in the programs. I thank you.
The Ubunye Foundation Trust is a community-led NGO. It's working in Mgcokonca, municipality of Amatole district in the Eastern Cape. Our main goal is the empowerment of women through a holistic set of programs. We are community-led. This means that the aim of the programs, the design, the implementation, the monitoring, everything, is done by program working groups who are made up of community representatives. So this means that Ubunye supports the development of programs that have been based on the specific needs identified by the community. And in Mgcokonca and in Glenmore district, where Zimkitha comes from, it was inequality experienced by women and gender-based violence, particularly amongst young women, that was identified by the community as their priority areas. Our collaborative research with communities, completed over the last 2 years, has shown that inequality for women cuts right across every aspect of their lives. Lack of access to education, lack of access to healthcare, jobs and an independent income, all of these have resulted in a lack of access to their own safe accommodation, as well as basic necessities such as clothes and even food. The high prevalence of HIV amongst these women further disempowers them, as they do anything to hide their status from their families, from their neighbors, from their friends, and from the rest of the community. The result of these inequalities is their dependence on others for every aspect of their life, and sometimes even in keeping their secrets. This leaves these young women vulnerable to abuse and violence, and when this abuse and violence occurs, they feel they have no choice, nowhere to go, and if they do go, they risk the same cycle of vulnerability starting again.
What is wrong with me? Why would I be so stupid and pathetic? I've seen this happen before. How can I have not seen it when it was happening to me? But I've led myself right through it. This man has taken everything from me. My family, my son, and even my friends are all gone because I chose to listen to this man. No man, Zimkitha, this has to stop. There I am again, finding myself trapped at this man's house. I don't know anyone here. It's even my first time I've been to this place. And this man is not so loving anymore. All I see now is anger and hatred in his eyes. And I don't want to be beaten up like he is always when he is drunk. But I don't have a choice. I have to stay here because I don't have anywhere else to go. I'm scared. I'm really, really scared though. I haven't been taking my ARVs very well because of the relationship I was into months ago. I'm sick now. I've got painful scars all over my breast and they are burning like fire. My head is itching and my mouth really, really sores. I am a walking dead person, but I will pass this. It will all go away. I did manage to leave. Now I'm back where I belong, my hometown. But nothing has changed at all. Carelessness of teenagers like me still exists. Pregnancies left, right, and center. Poverty will never go away. How am I going to survive in this place? But I need to. I need to make a better living for my son's sake. I have to.
Ubunye has 2 programs that are focused on young women. These programs, Ikamva Lolutsha and Lelethu, work with young women to first build their trust and confidence in themselves, to learn about themselves, their dreams, and their skills and their abilities.
It's an exciting day today. Everyone is more relaxed. Mrs. Badu is smiling a lot today. And this attitude of hers will make my day much easier. I love it when she calls us bazalwane. That's what she always says, meaning church members. That line always has a very special way in reaching us. Now, I'm starting to relieve myself in everything that was binding me. Where were all these programs before?
Using a range of sessions, sometimes individually and sometimes as a group over the internet and sometimes in person, Ubunye works with these young women and works over a year, maybe even a longer period of time. And it's here that these young women are given the opportunity to dream of what they want in their lives, and then to make a life plan. This is the life plan that gives them a pathway to use to reach towards those dreams. At each step of the way, Ubunye assists with skills building, opportunity searches, encouragement, funds, if possible, but always support and a listening ear.
Now, young teenagers like me, we're very happy. We're very, very happy. Because we see positive attitudes everywhere. Everyone is making something from themselves. In our village, we have small businesses like farming and salons.
These 2 Ubunye programs are fully integrated, but Lelethu specifically supports young women living with HIV. We see the difference these program activities make in these women's lives almost immediately. The highlights of this work can be amazing.
I am myself again. Confidence, checked. Self-esteem, checked. Eager to learn new things. Helping out where I think it's the most needed. Something I haven't been doing for a very, very long time. I'm happy to say that I am a better person now than I was before.
But there are challenges too. Building trust is a long, hard process, a journey that both program staff and the Lelethu and Ikamva Lolutsha partners often find almost impossible.
What am I doing here? Who are all these people? Of course I know them, but do I know them enough to tell them about my life? Am I going to be comfortable enough to share my story? I don't think so. But at least I owe it to myself to take it one step at a time.
And then there are those in the community and even within the program who find the change too hard, too difficult, and push against those wanting to move on.
They keep distracting me. They always come up with the rumors of what happened yesterday when they were together. And I don't want to listen to them. I don't at all. But they always making sure that I listen to them. All I want to do now is to be here and be fully focused in these programs because they're helping me a lot. But they never stopped. They always making sure that I listen to them. They are really pushing me.
We define ourselves as a feminist organization, one that is focused on redressing the inequalities faced by women like Zimkitha. I think that together there has indeed been a significant difference in the lives of young women in Ngqushwa. They have gained independence, a pathway to a different life, taking them away from the dependence with its basis in inequality and the increased risk that they face of gender-based violence.
I have arisen from the ashes now, meaning I've woken up from the dead. I have applied with UNISA and I'm in the waiting period. How I hope that in the next semester I will be in, because I would love to do nursing and give back to my community. But what I really, really love to do the most in future, I would love to be an HIV specialist. And I only think that one day will come and I will be an HIV specialist.
Insights. We were asked about insights. There are many. We are always learning. But I think there are 2 or maybe 3 key takeaways from our experience working with young women over the last few years. One is that our programs are extremely focused and concentrated, requiring significant resources over a fairly long period of time. We all know that change doesn't happen overnight, and we all know that each bundle of change needs support right there to nurture the spark and release the fire. But how many Ubunyas would be needed all over the country to bring about a countrywide change, and where would all the funds come from? So we are working on ways to replicate the Ikamva Lolutsha and Lelethu programs in a way that is led by women like Zimkitha, a kind of self-propagation by those who are in the program to become ambassadors, to share their process through their networks, utilizing local resources and local funds. A second takeaway is men, or more specifically, the need for young men to be involved in our programs, in the programs that we run. We notice that the men who do join the Ikamva Lolutsha groups soak up the experiences described by young women. We need to build on that. We need to encourage sharing, dialogue, and experiential learning together. And we need to jump on those opportunities where young men are brought together to learn, such as at initiations, and build them into the Ikamva Lolutsha that supports young women's independent lives. And to end, we should address the elephant in the room and acknowledge the huge role played by alcohol abuse in the gender-based violence that plays out in these rural areas. It's a complex issue, and maybe one that needs partnerships and discussions across all sectors. Thank you.